All right, well, we are now joined via Zoom by Advocate Brenda Madumise-Pajibo from WISE Collective. Advocate, thank you so very much for availing yourself to SABC News this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Flo.
It came across, like a sound, well-measured judgment by the acting judge, Stuart Wilson. What are your initial thoughts on today's proceedings as we watch today?
I think what we should appreciate and applaud is the work and the tireless work of many activists, and especially the many men and women who, when Tshegofatso's murder when she was found hanging at a tree, that you had men and women from Soweto who stood up and decided that they are going to highlight this case, and they had been consistent from day one. That pressure made it possible for the South African Police Service to bring their A game, for the prosecutor to bring his or her A game. And that's why you have this judgment today. It was a concerted effort that was collaborative, and if you can do this with all the other cases in this country, will triumph against gender-based violence.
All right, so of course now we're waiting for sentencing, I believe, on the 10th of May. What can we anticipate when it comes to sentencing? Generally, when a judgment is handed down, while we await sentencing, there are ideas of what the sentence could be. You would have heard there a family member saying, 15, 20 years time, this man will be out walking the streets like all of us. Is that likely the case? I mean, what are you anticipating from what the judge had to say today, what the sentence would or should be looking like?
The sentence should be 25 years. I mean, that's what we call lifetime or life sentence. So 25 years without parole, and we were going to fight for that, because we don't want to see Shoba in 10 years or 15 years time. He must serve the duration of his term. If it's 25 years, that should be 25 years that he serves without parole, and that's what the judge should be looking for. And the prosecutor must make the case strong enough for 25 years to be given to Shoba.
Yeah, you talk about the joint efforts of the community and everyone coming together, and you say that you hope that this is the case for other similar cases going forward. But in these collaborations and joint efforts, one can't downplay, and certainly the NPA did raise the issue of technology playing a huge role in this particular case, and I think it has assisted in murder cases. As we see the advent and the evolution of technology, we certainly do see it playing a major role in putting behind bars those who should be behind bars. And certainly, is this how it is going in terms of criminal cases as things are?
Yeah, and they should use it because it's available. We claim to be a country that is in the 4IR, right? So we must use it for the benefit of making life better for South Africans. Use technology to make sure that you get the evidence that you are looking for, so that you can convict successfully. In this case, they were able to find the second cell phone. They were able to trace the calls that were made, and the service providers, the telcos, were able to come to the party and give the evidence. Yes. It's the same as the DNA testing that we talk about. Once we have a fully functioning lab with DNA testing, we will get the convictions that we are looking for. The South African Police Service, together with the National Prosecuting Authority, needs to attend to the backlog with the DNA, so that the conviction of rape cases and murder cases where you don't have technology available to assist you, that can also come in handy and give you the answers that you are looking for. So yes, this was a clear demonstration, and the police were able to use the technology, and that they were helped by many other people to be able to get the information that they were looking for. And we must insist on technology being used the way it can be.
All right, Advocate, thanks so very much for being with us here on SABC News. We certainly do appreciate your time here.
Thank you, Flo.
All right, that is Advocate Brenda Madumise-Pajibo from WISE Collective, weighing in on the judgment there today. Of course, we're talking about the case of the murder Tshegofatso Pule. All right, well, the